Hello everyone, my name is Daryl. I work as a software developer, and today I'm going to be starting a playthrough of TIS-100. So this is a game that is appropriate for this channel because you're essentially programming in this game. It is a game, but you are literally doing assembly programming. Now this is a fake language. It's not like it's x86 or something like that. Which I did use in a assembly language course I took a few years ago in college, and I really enjoyed. But it is similar, and so this game comes with a manual that you can print out, and it's recommended that you print out this reference manual. And so I have it here, and you might hear some papers as I play through here because I'll end up. I already read through this entire reference document just to kind of get an idea of all the commands at least that are in the manual here and how this all works. And it seems like it's very similar to what I did when I was doing x86 assembly. And I'm ready to get going here and giving this a shot. So let's see if we can get started here. So I think we need to do, maybe this is like a tutorial or something. And so on this first level here, it looks like I do have some statistics. So I just bought this game today on Steam, and apparently several years ago I bought this game, and I guess I did the first level and I didn't like it, and I sold it, or I got it refunded for whatever reason. This is probably, I think this would have been before I took my assembly class, so I don't know, maybe I was having a hard time with it, or I didn't like the fact that I had to read the manual or something. But I didn't even remember that I ever even tried this game. So I'm going to go ahead and retry this level because this was, I don't even remember doing this. So let's do, I guess that's the one that I did initially. I'll do create new program though. All right, so this is, I guess, the goal. Read a value from in.x and write a value to out.x. Read a value from in.a and write the value to out.a. So this is in.x, this is out.x, this is in a and out a, and all we want to do is read a value from in.x and get it to out.x. You know, obviously this is kind of like the first level. Isn't this already done? This is just... So the idea in general with this game is each of these are like a node, it's considered. And with each of these nodes, the one thing that's interesting is there's different types of nodes. And I think all of these nodes look like they are node type T21, which is a basic execution node. But there's other nodes that you'll interact with later, such as stacks, and then there was another one. There's the stack, and then random access memory, which there isn't much notes on in the documentation. And then there's apparently also there's a debugger in here, and there's a visualization module, so you can draw some images with 5 different colors. And when I say 5 different colors, I mean black, dark gray, bright gray, white, and red. So, but this first level here that I just loaded up, this looks like it is already set up to work. And I guess they're just kind of showing you how this works, maybe if you didn't read the manual. But all this is doing is, so here's in-x, out-x. It's going to take the item that's being input from the top, and it's going to move it to the output on the bottom. And this is going to move, same thing, it's going to take from the top, put to the bottom, take from the top, put to the bottom. And this, okay, so you have to do the right side. So the left side, this is done already. That should be working all properly. But here, this is, I'm assuming debug, yeah, it doesn't do anything. Yeah, so we just can't use that one. So all we should need to do is move from up to left. This you move from right to down. This you move from top to down, or not top, but up. It's nice how it gives you the syntax checking there. Move up, right, and move left, down, not down, down. That should work. Let's go ahead and run. Okay, looks like it's running. It's between the different tests. So I think this is the exact same score I got last time. I mean, this is pretty straightforward. You can see there's really no variation on even scoring. So let's return to the segment list. That one was pretty easy. Let's go on to the next one. So you can see this one I never even tried. I'll start with this one. So this one, read a value from in A, double the value, write the value to out A, which is here. I mean, it's pretty easy. And in fact, I know that there's a page on here that has, actually, this is an example. Let me see. Yeah, just literally right here. So, well, right now this moves from up to down. This is kind of weird. Why are you doing that? I mean, so we're going to be moving it from here to here. And to be honest, at any point in this chain, we can double the value. And I don't think, for efficiency's sake, it would matter where we actually double the value. So I'm actually going to double the value right at the end. I don't think that's going to matter. So let's just move from up to right. Let's move from left to down. And now we're going to move from up into ACC, which is this register right here. Then you're going to add ACC, which this is going to add the value of ACC to ACC. So it's going to double it. And then we're just going to move from ACC to down. And that should work. All right. So apparently there's a slightly less efficient note. I mean, if you just pathed it worse, and there's a worse way to do instruction counts, which is interesting. Way to go on that one. Now, obviously, I don't expect on these to get the most efficient every time. Just like when I do my like LeetCode coding challenges, I don't expect to be 100% optimal all the time. But, you know, so far it's pretty easy. And I'm assuming there's more than just these levels because this isn't too many, unless they just get really hard. So let's try this one. This one has more variation. I'm just going to take a look. Yeah, these ones have a few more. This one's more simple. Okay. Let's do this one. So read values from in A and in B. Write in A minus in B to out P. Write in B minus in A to out N. Okay. So let me see here. So I think I want to go ahead and do the subtractions right at the end. I think that'll make more sense. So let's try that. Let's just do move up, down. I think you can, can you highlight? You can. Copy, paste. So now here though, I want to move up to ACC. And we'll need to see how this is going to end up working out, because there are ways to deadlock the system if you're trying to write and read at the exact same time. It'll cause a deadlock and the system will crash. There's a few other ways too. So let me think about this, because we need to move up into ACC, and then we're going to need to end up getting B to subtract from ACC. Let's see how this works, and if my idea causes a deadlock. If it does, I'll work through that. So I want to move up to ACC, Then I want to move ACC to right, which should keep the value in ACC, and just write that to the right, which is going to offer it up so that so that this node can access it. Then you're going to want to, because we're doing this value that's going to be in here, minus A, you're going to try doing sub. You're subbing ACC by right. We'll see if this works. This might cause a deadlock, but you're going to sub by right and then move ACC to down. And this is going to be very similar. Move up to ACC, move ACC to the left, sub left, move ACC down. Now let's see if this crashes the system. It looks like it deadlocked it because right now this is moving ACC to right, this is moving ACC to left, and it's definitely deadlocking right now. Okay, so I think the fix to this is to kind of stagger it a little bit. So instead of having these be on the same level here, let me think. We're gonna have this move up to down. Well, actually, let me see. Let's move this to ACC, and then move ACC to left, and then move ACC down. Like I said, I think that's just. Let me double check the documentation. Is read the resulting value is written. Yeah. So okay. So that's fine. So we're gonna move this into ACC, and then write it to the left, and write it down. And here is when I want to do this, I think. So this one's going to move it down here, then it's going to move an ACC and pass it over here and pass it down. Here, I would want to do the, let me think about this, because if I do the subtraction here, then I'm not going to be able to give it the right value, because it's going to end up being int A minus int B, unless that's okay, because we know that that's the case. So, okay. So we move an ACC, moving it to the left. This is going to, instead of moving this to the right here, don't worry about that, but go ahead and move up to ACC. You're going to sub what you get picked up from the right. Then you're going to move that value down. Then here, get rid of all this. You're going to need to move up into ACC, then move ACC to the right, and this is going to be the subtracted value. Because we know that, we're going to move left, or let me see. So we know that the one that we're going to receive is going to be the subtracted value, which, by the way, I think after this, we can just move ACC to down. But on this side, we're going to retrieve the subtracted value. So we know this is in A minus in B. So we want to add it back. So we're going to add, so we're going to move up into ACC, which is going to be the value directly, the unmodified value. Then we are going to add ACC. We're going to add another one. So now it's going to be 2 times B. Because when we accept this left value, it's going to be minus 1B. So we added it back because we doubled it. Then the whole point of that was when we take A, now when we get left, it's going to be the actual value, because we added the B back in, and then this would end up being A plus B. But then we would kind of need to subtract A twice. I think I might need to redo some of this. I might even need to use kind of a side channel here. I think I know what I want to do. All right, I'm going to try something else here. So now what I want to do, move up into ACC, move up, or ACC to left, move ACC down. So the idea that I'm going to go with now is, instead of trying to do it in these two columns, I am going to end up storing the true A here, which will be available for this node to interact with. I am going to retrieve B and do the subtraction here, and then just move that through here. So here we're going to be moving, so then we're actually not moving it to the left right now. We're going to store real A here. Then we're going to get B and subtract, which is going to be our A minus B. And then we're just going to move it through this path to out P. Then for here, we're going to be giving true B over here, going down here. A is going to be available here. We are then going to take it and do the subtraction here and then pass that out there. So I think this will work well. So first we're going to move into ACC, move ACC down. Then we are going to sub right. So we're going to subtract what's in ACC minus right, when this does actually, when it offers it up. This is going to take it, sub it, and then move ACC left. And then here it's just going to be move right, down, move up, down, move up, right, move left, down. From here now, all this is going to do is move up to right. It's just going to take it and offer it to this node. This node is going to get that value. Then it's just going to do move up to ACC, sub ACC by left, and sub, it always subs ACC. Sub left, move ACC down, move up, down. Let's try that. It's working. Nice. So once again, kind of like I expected, not the most efficient. There might be a way to do it kind of like the initial way I was doing it, where you can just use these nodes and it'll be more efficient. I was just having a hard time getting that to work and figured out a way to make it go that way. So, okay. But it's still pretty good. Yeah, apparently I did really bad with the nodes, and you can do it with less. It's interesting that I did bad with the nodes, but then I did pretty good with the cycle count statistics. And I didn't do too great with the instruction count, probably because I was using the extra nodes. That's fine. All right, so that was the first 3 levels. I think that's going to be good here for the first episode of this. So I'm going to go ahead and sign off for today. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you guys next time.